This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Friday, July the 3rd, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. Let's start with the gist view. Today, it's all about Elon Musk, SpaceX, and a $60 billion flex.
SpaceX just pulled off a $75 billion IPO. The company's now valued at a staggering $1.77 trillion, and Musk immediately went shopping.
He bought Anysphere. They are the startup behind an artificial intelligence coding tool called Cursor. The deal was an all-stock buyout worth $60 billion.
This forces a huge shift in the artificial intelligence race. For years, the big prize was building the smartest artificial intelligence brain, the frontier model.
Not anymore. Musk is betting that the underlying artificial intelligence is just a commodity. The real power is owning the platform where people actually do their work.
Exactly. Cursor is a developer interface. Coders love it because it lets them plug in different artificial intelligence models. Right now, they can directly access OpenAI or Anthropic.
By buying Cursor, Musk controls the menu. He can push his own artificial intelligence to the top. He gets the leverage to eventually block the competition.
As Wired magazine pointed out, this is exactly what Microsoft did in 1995. They bundled Internet Explorer into Windows. They owned the default environment, so they dictated which tools survived.
But Musk faces a massive trap. Cursor only has its market share because it lets coders choose their artificial intelligence. It is built on flexibility.
Right. If Musk forces a monopoly too fast and blocks open artificial intelligence, coders will leave. He would instantly burn the exact developer goodwill he just spent $60 billion to buy. It is a high-stakes balancing act.
Let's move to the global overview. Over in South Korea, regulators are cracking down on private capital.
The Financial Supervisory Service, that's South Korea's top financial watchdog, is going after MBK Partners. They are a massive private equity firm in North Asia.
The regulator wants to suspend the firm's duties over how they handled a struggling retail chain called Home Plus. Bloomberg reports this is a huge shift.
It absolutely is. This is the first time the state has disciplined an institutional fund manager like this. Look at the resource flows. The government wants tighter control over how private money restructures domestic companies.
Meanwhile, currency markets are sweating. It is the day before the July 4th holiday in the United States. Trading will be very light.
That thin trading is a perfect cover for the Bank of Japan. Markets think Japanese authorities might suddenly step in to boost the value of the yen. Options traders are paying high premium right now for insurance against a sudden currency swing.
A lot of global money is tied up in something called the carry trade. That's when investors borrow cheap money in Japan and invest it where interest rates are higher.
If the yen suddenly jumps in value, those cheap loans become very expensive to pay back. A sudden intervention by Japan could trigger unpredictable shockwaves across global markets.
Let's pivot to the European perspective. In the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has resigned.
He was barely 2 years in office. He held Labour's second-largest historical majority. Now, he's out.
The United Kingdom parliamentary system acts like a continuous recall election. If a leader loses control of the daily narrative, their own party pulls the plug.
It is ruthless institutional accountability. Political capital evaporates overnight. Andy Burnham is the front-runner to replace him, with nominations opening July 9th. But critics warn Burnham inherits the exact same systemic fragility.
Over in Germany, the Alternative for Germany party, the AfD, is making structural threats in the state of Saxony-Anhalt.
Their lead candidate, Ulrich Siegmund, says if they enter the state government, he will eliminate up to 2 state ministries.
He is pitching this to voters as a necessary step to cut bureaucracy and fight inflation. But let's apply our power analysis.
Slashing ministries isn't just about saving euros. It is a direct tool to strip funding, platform, and power away from institutional opponents.
Looking at the broader Eurozone, rumours are swirling around the European Central Bank, the ECB. Sources told Il Sole 24 Hour that President Christine Lagarde might consider an early resignation. She has publicly denied this.
The ECB sets the cost of borrowing for 20 countries. Even a rumour of early resignation injects major institutional uncertainty right as Europe navigates very complex monetary shifts.
Finally, devastating news from Ukraine. Moscow launched a massive overnight bombardment on Kyiv. Airstrikes killed at least 30 people.
The Russian strategy is brutal and calculated. They are launching massive volumes of strikes for a specific reason: to completely drain and overstretch Ukraine's air defense resources.
To sum up today's temperature, power is rapidly consolidating in tech distribution, while political authority fractures across Europe. Capital markets are bracing for turbulence, and geopolitical attrition remains as deadly as ever.
If you rely on the gist to make sense of all these moving parts, we'd love to have you on our daily newsletter list. It's completely free, highly readable, and the subscribe link is right there in your show notes. Just give it a tap. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We'll be back tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.